this decal goes right here. Just like... Oh! Oh! Ho, 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 ho. Adventurers in collecting! Greetings from the North Pole, where the elves are busy arguing about which toy lines are getting the biggest restocks this year. Let's just say, even I can't keep up with some of these release schedules. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I wanted to take a moment before my big night to let you know the magic of collecting is alive and well. I see it every time someone adds a long-awaited figure to their shelf, hunts down that one chase variant, or celebrates a new creator bringing something special into the world. And this year, I've noticed more grown-ups than ever circling items on their wish lists. You're in good company. Half my workshop team has pre-orders pending. Ho, 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 ho. So here's to another year of creativity, community, and the joy of finding something that sparks your imagination. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get on a Zoom call with Todd McFarlane about getting some more of those Max Shrek figures. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays! Ho, 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 ho.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Adventures in Collecting.
I would have figured the reindeer would have moved like a crew team instead of just singularly. They'd all like kind of forward and back at the same time. Figure they, Santa's got a lot of places to go. He needs to save time.
Yeah, and I mean he's got wherever Santa gets his loops for his custom messages. It's just
that like lo-fi, it was cool.
Yeah, you don't ask questions, but as always, for our holiday special, it's always nice to hear from the big guy.
I felt like I was in like Neiman Marcus at the Garden State Plaza Mall.
So specific. Well,
that was like fancy store Christmas music, you know?
I guess. I was thinking more like H&M vibes. I don't know if Neiman Marcus fires up the lo-fi girl to celebrate the holidays.
I feel like H&M would have it wouldn't be as lo-fi. I feel like it'd be closer to clubbier.
Okay, fair. Well, Dave, happy holidays. It is as this is airing, this is the week of Christmas. We are into the Hanukkah celebration. We are gearing up for Christmas week. The holidays are here.
I have my Clark Griswold Bears hat on, but also because the Bears are awesome and they're my football team. So
you know what? It's
American football team.
I'm not surprised, Dave. In fact, if I woke up with my head sewn to the carpet tomorrow, I wouldn't be more surprised.
I'm not going to tell you what's full right now, but
good. I'm glad. Well, in the spirit of giving, before we give back to the community here with what's going to be an amazing interview, I promise.
Oh, by the way, fans, I'm coming.
You are going to be very excited about our interview today.
Yes.
But in the spirit of giving, Dave,
I'm live from the 1966 WPIX Yule log. By the way, that's where I am today.
What a location to be live from.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
In the spirit of giving, there is still time to enter our giveaway, which is live over on Instagram. And it's a good one. It's a doozy.
I was going to say it's a doozy, as the kids would say. I don't know if the kids say that.
Do the kids still say doozy? They probably something 6-7 related.
Yeah.
But yeah. So over on our Instagram at AIC_podcast. Go look for our pinned post. The 2025 holiday giveaway in a box is live, and you can enter to win everything that you see here on the screen. So some toys from some of our favorite toy lines that are out there this year, including something from our friends on the GI Joe team. So something to represent some GI Joe classified on here, but
I know
we also
something
have
new every time.
Yeah. This there's a lot. There's a little bit from a little bit of everything for everybody, some exclusives, and then of course $100 gift card from our friend D Blake Makes. to kind of round out the box here. You have until the end of the month to enter to win this. So again, go visit us at AIC_podcast on Instagram. Look for that pinned post and follow the instructions on there to win. And you will get everything in this box. Everything that you see here will come to you in a single box. It is like playing Tetris every year. Getting everything, all this stuff in one box. But yeah, so very, very cool opportunity to either jumpstart your collection in maybe something that you normally wouldn't dabble in. You can spread the wealth and hook up some of your friends or relatives that might be interested in some of this stuff.
If you've got
Yeah.
one of those like I just know from The Office, Yankee Swap.
Oh, White Elephant.
Yeah.
White Elephant. Yeah, if you have a late season White Elephant, because by the time you get this, it'll be January. So full disclosure.
Fair enough.
This is kickstarting your year. But yeah, that's kind of it for the major part of housekeeping. What else I will say is we're recording this a little bit in advance, few days in advance. So we are in the midst of the Archie tournament as well to crown the toy line of the year, and it has been a crazy tournament so far, to say the least. We have had more votes than we have ever had, which is amazing. We get like literally thousands of votes each round, which blows my mind. Amazing. We've had some killer matchups, and by the time this airs, this will probably be the day of the finals as well. If not the day after this airs, will be the day of the finals. So,
which means our top 10s are next.
Yeah. List season. But speaking of lists, our guests are always on Santa's nice list. We have talked to the GI Joe team at Hasbro many times. We are very fortunate to have them on with us tonight. Let's welcome back our friends from Hasbro and the leaders of the GI Joe classified team, BMac, Lenny, and Tony. And I have to say, like, it's so nice to have BMac back with us on the show. It has been
Guess who's back?
since we've had a chance to talk to you, man.
Back.
It was a long year. You know, turns out when you have a second child, you have a lot of responsibilities at home. So a lot of travel, a lot of events, they just don't line up. So Emily super stepped in, helped out. You know, she always gave me the credit. I write those notes in her voice, and it's been a great year. And went out to Comic-Con quick on my own, showed up late Wednesday, was there for Cold Slither, flew back Friday night because it just wasn't enough time to do work. So like, you make things work as you need to, but glad to be back and excited for what's going to happen in 2026 and show everybody what we've really been cooking, because this is the first full year that Lenny, Tony, and I got to plan together. It wasn't something I inherited. So
I can't believe you have us on right in the middle of the Archies.
Wild.
We're going to be in the finals, clearly,
tournament.
right? I mean, we're just going to win again. So.
It's an emotional event, dude. It's going to be crazy.
You got some heavy hitters in this bracket.
Dude.
It's a major award.
All right.
It's major, buddy.
It's a major award.
Yeah, no, it's always, I look forward to it every year. When we put it together, posting that first round of polls is always like the most tedious thing I have to do twice a year, because we do it. We do two of these tournaments now. We do the Archies, and then we do the Marvel Legends March Madness in March. And that first round of 64, posting 32 consecutive stories, like going back and forth, okay, this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. But yeah.
Without getting banned, or
your activity seems to be botted.
Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that anymore. We crossed over that nice little like 10K threshold, so they let us do a little bit more.
I love that.
You had to do me dirty this year. You had to put my two brands that I work on against each other in the first round. So, you know, we just decided I went full on Cobra, let everybody know that I've just been a sleeper agent the whole time. And it's all GI Joe, but at the end of the day,
the random draw.
I did like the family feud to start. Was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was great. Like I love my team. And Mark and I super stoked. Everybody loves Age of the Prime, so it's been a good year. But clearly, Joe is where my heart is. So sorry, guys.
When that came up, I literally had like a visceral like, do I run the randomizer again and just not tell anybody? But I have to at least be honest with myself, like process wise, to keep it consistent. And I was like, that's how it worked out.
Is that how you do you do like a randomizer to start it?
Yeah. So the only seed, when I do the randomizer, last year's winner gets the number 1 seed. Like, and I just tell the randomizer, like, this one has to be number 1.
Oh, wow.
The rest are random.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
technology.
the only two rules that we have is the last year's winner gets the number 1 seed, and then if any toy line in the first round does not get or gets under 10% of the vote in their matchup, they get disqualified from the next year.
Oh, snap. I saw that. That scared me a little bit. That was a little scary.
So,
I saw there's some repercussions.
So, and then you're forced to take a year off. I have only made one. Dave and I collectively made one exception this year. Zombie Sailor Toys. Shout out to Josh. He does an amazing job. He caught the buzzsaw of like all buzzsaws last year. It was either you guys or Marvel Legends in the first round, and I think he got like 5% of the vote. And this year, coming into this year, we had a lot of toy lines that kind of dropped off the board. Either, they just didn't release anything, or folks like Diamond Select that just don't exist anymore, right? And we needed to bring some toy lines back in, and we both felt that it was necessary to get him back in the tournament,
especially with the amount of stuff he's put out this year. Yeah.
Well, I got the Road Warriors. I got those.
So good. He is so good. His Tajiri is never far from me.
Same as Mike Austin for me.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, so let's hop in. We have a lot to cover today.
Yeah.
Let's hop in with the first question here. So I mean, looking back at we're talking about 2025. What's one decision you guys made this year, as kind of a unit, both on the marketing and design side, that you're really kind of especially proud of, and maybe something that kind of taught you a little something moving forward?
Oh boy. There's a lot of decisions not proud of. But that's outside of work, you know what I'm
saying? I'll jump in real quick, and it's more of a testament to Lenny, but kind of having a little bit more faith in some of original creations and seeding some of that newness into the line, I think has been super fun. Watching Lenny's brain work. He actually has a clear dome underneath that hat where I can actually watch it work.
Yeah.
But
I can't let it leak out for too long.
Yeah, and then seeing, this year we saw a couple releases that were, some of the more original, the Grim Viper, and then I think one of the bigger hits was the Ghost Viper. Anything with the word Viper on the end is going to be, there you go. Look at that. At the ready. At the ready. I think that was a huge success. And it gave it's a confidence boost when you see something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, people do like the ideas that we're presenting that aren't, 40 years old. So, oh my, look at the quick swap too.
And I mean, and we got to give our brand writer Mark credit for some of this too. Like, he invented this dire tech thing. So Lenny, really pushed Crystal Ball, made him cool. Like, his goal when he set out was like, I'm going to release Crystal Ball, and he's not going to be the most hated character of all time anymore, right? And then we're just like, well, how much further can we push this? And then we were looking at it, and we got our Ghost Viper and Dire Beast, and Mark just kind of created it, and it's growing into something more than we ever thought it could be. And it's super fun to just like play in the world of weird and just let Lenny's mind cook. Never when anybody's like, what are we going to do? I'm just like, just let Lenny cook. I'll convince the leadership that we're going to sell this toy. Just let him make weird stuff.
I would echo what Tony said. I was going to say something silly like, making samurai armor, which is kind of
that's pretty cool too.
On the top.
That's pretty cool too.
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, samurai armor, right? But I mean, like, Tony's right. I feel like trusting in the process, essentially trusting in design, and like having more confidence in ourselves, I think it's yielding expansion of the brand, is which we wanted to do from the onset of GI Joe Classified. We wanted to extend GI Joe from its awesome roots to go even further with it and go on even crazier adventures, and then get into other offshoots of it. And I think with that being said, I think also taking risks with Cobra Law. Because I think Cobra Law is really budding into and evolving into something wild. Like as a kid, I always felt it was gonna be like it was inspired by particular horror movies, and I always knew what they were trying to do, and I felt like they almost like calmed it down a little bit. So it was
Pull the
nice to
punches
be
a
able,
little bit. Yeah.
yeah, they pulled the punches. They add the color palette. I think softened it, but I think, like Tony said, like just dig it in. Just dig in. Like you're gonna put texture on something, make it gross.
Yeah.
Like really design, tell the story within the visual context we make our products in. And I think it went a really long way. So Tony, I think I agree, man. I think trusting in the design and trusting in like pushing the brand, I think is really the decision of the year for G.I. Joe Classified.
I think we convinced a lot of people that they like Coppola a little bit with some of these figures too. I think they were, again, I get it. I get it. It's so weird. You've got an incredible, you've got these columns of G.I. Joe fans that are, Milsim and fantasy and, just straight cartoon or comic fans. And some people don't like that Cobra Law stuff, but at the shows and events, the conventions, all that stuff, whenever they come up and they start talking about it, it's usually in the positive light and say, I can't believe you convinced me that I like this stuff. So
I think it's too in the way we structured the brand over the 5 years, I think it is now, where like it's like you build up to the we're not quite at cosmic events yet, but like we're in we're in the center of the earth is opening up events. You know what I mean? So I think it's timed right, and whether that was by design or by accident, I will never say. But I think we timed it right now. It's almost like the future is very bright for G.I. Joe, and where can we take it, and what homages can we do? What new stories can we tell? What crazy action figures can we make? What cool mechanisms can we put into our figures? It's kind of exciting.
Well, I mean, it's been cool from our perspective, right? Like, our first Toy Fair experience was when G.I. Joe Classified got, revealed for the first time. So it's like we've kind of been on this journey as a podcast as Classified has been building and watching you guys experiment, even with that like first line, having kind of that more like future tech and then figuring out places to kind of dial that back and sort of bring it back in some places and, really kind of experiment with carving out your own kind of personal journeys with this. Like, I said it to you guys at New York Comic Con this year, but like the Mole Rat for the longest time was my favorite G.I. Joe figure. Like
that's
and,
awesome.
like out of everything that you guys have done, because it was gross and weird and like it had a fun story and like we've reached a point with action figures, right, where they can do proper zombie poses. Like you can do like the crooked limbs and like make them kind of look all like jacked up. And seeing you take that figure, which was a new idea, and then even evolve that into like a new colorway with a new, even grosser head somehow, it makes me. And like you guys mentioned Crystal Ball and the fact that you brought in like this translucent Cthulhu aspect of it, right? Like it does make me excited to see more Cobra Law stuff, because I know, and I think you guys have kind of figured it out too, that like gross is still cool as hell. And you do these
in toy design
weird gross pieces. Like I can just imagine like Globulus, right? Like he's supposed to be just awful. Like I mean, that if you saw that half snake man in real life, he'd probably smell like it would just be it would be really it would be a very gross experience.
Been washed,
I think as toy designers, toy creators, and I think I speak for the other action figure designers, marketers, engineers, and all that. It's art. Toy action figure collecting is art collecting, man. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of us 100%. Are inspired by a lot of like action movies, zombie movies. I love trauma movies growing up as a kid, right? So it's like,
careful, your jersey's showing.
I know. Jersey Strong. Anyways, I feel like that stuff's gonna come out, right? And like, what amazing brand that we get to work on, that we can let those influences kind of flow into it, and then make those pieces of art that we think other collectors and art collectors are gonna be into, right? So it's like, I was like, yo, what if Cobra is like mining Energon? And I had worked on Transformers Prime, and I was like, what if we bring Dark Energon in, and what if that connects to some sort of energy that Destra's trying to refine into something, right? So then from there, we're like, it's Cobra. There's gears gonna break. What happens when the gear breaks when Dark Energon it turns Transformers into zombies? What does it do to humans? So we kind of like riffed on it like that. And that's what's so cool about G.I. Joe. You can kind of like riff on stuff. And that's what Flint Dille was doing back in the day in the cartoon. Like just riffing on cool stuff. And then like what are other people like me gonna also dig as well? And let's push it. Let's see where we can take it. You know, we're not gonna like throw out the core essence of the brand ever, but like how can you just expound upon like making even cooler stuff?
Yeah. The best is like you guys don't even understand the Easter eggs that have already been laid within some of what happened in 25 for what you're going to see in 26 and even what we're doing into 27. So like as cool as it is, like there is some thought that's going into what's happening here, and it's really incredible like how it's all going to line up as we continue to progress the brand over the next few years.
While we were talking, I love the idea of I was just thinking of that mole rat evolution, and just like V10 is just a crystal.
That's what. You know, that the head is Tony's design. Tony had been tooling on it, and he goes, dude, because I was like, we were talking on Teams or something. I was like, dude, I gotta design this head. I don't got any time. And he's like, oh, I have a design, and I was like, "That's what we're making."
Thank you.
What if what if the crystals like just slowly replace the entire skeleton, and eventually you had a crystal skeleton?
That's V5.
Well, that's sort of the idea. Yep. It's kind of like his organic matter is being overtaken by the crystal, essentially. Yeah. So, what is? I almost envision that it's like making a not a pupa, but like a chrysalis on the inside of him. So then something's going to come out of the chrysalis that's in the inside, and the flesh on the outside is sheathing the chrysalis on the inside. So it's even more gross. So like what can happen from there? Is it an Energon beast? I don't know. We haven't designed that far yet, but hey, you know, you got
whatever it
tethers
is,
unfigured out.
Whatever it is.
It sounds painful as all hell.
It's very grounded, but very like fantastic at the same time. Like,
that's the idea.
Where we can have like a crocodile and a wolf and a giant scorpion. You know, like
it's the beauty of GI Joe, dude.
Yeah,
Ghost Wolf.
Ghost Wolf.
By the way, this is what it's like when you just let Lenny cook at work. This is why I just let him do what he does. It just talks and comes up with crazy ideas, and then they turn into action figures. So it's fun. It's just fun.
It's weird, man. Hey, man.
So we're getting Arctic. It's that time of year. It's getting cold out, and the Arctic H.I.S.S marks the first time that you're revisiting a HasLab project.
Oh yeah.
Reoffer it as a made-to-order item. So why was now the right time to do this, and how did you get to this version out of the many kind of H.I.S.S variants?
It's cold out.
It is cold out. It's got very cold today.
No, there's way more to it than that. I'll let BMac take most of this, but I would just say that we knew that we were going to do the Snowcat, so we needed to have almost a foil to the Snowcat, right? So we were creating the whole architecture for the line for the year, and it was like, what are we going to introduce? And as you guys know, we kind of pepper in, like you're starting to see some desert characters. You're starting to see like water characters. Well, starting to see, we got a lot of water characters. There's Arctic characters, right? So it's like with that little sub story being told, we're like, we need a villain to our heroic vehicle coming out. So that's where the Arctic H.I.S.S tank kind of was like baked into the advent of the Snowcat. BMac, there's more to it than that, but
yeah, no, I mean, we looked at a lot of different colors and just had to like figure out what the best reuse option was for this. I think everybody, like when the first H.I.S.S tank launched, they're like, really, that's it? We're never going to get another H.I.S.S tank? Like, no, clearly we had a plan there are many other redecos to do, but once we saw support and everybody backed the Snowcat, we knew that there was a market also for people to get their Arctic H.I.S.S tanks, and we wanted to get them out there. Matt, Shooting the Galaxy, did a great job with this photo shoot. A lot of props to Mark too for like writing the prompts for it. And just like it tells a story. They're battling against the Joes. It really brings the world to life. There's even a picture where it's like running over the bivouac playset. You know, the motors died here. He's got to fix it. Just like there's all these fun shoots that just like happen within this like world, and we want everybody to have that opportunity to also, you know, build that out on their shelf as they see fit. Lenny went to town making this cool Arctic saber-tooth tiger skull head on here to just really kind of give it its own essence too. So just it's a fun way to go, and clearly there are other options in the future as they line up and make sense for people that need to build out other collections of his tanks.
And Arctic is such a in the essence of GI Joe. I mean, like that's how they get the Cobra Law going through the Arctic, right?
Yeah.
So like, and there's so many there's so many comic books with Arctic settings for Joe. So it's like we kind of felt it was a good fit as well. Also, I just like that colorway. I think it's a really nice pop. I mean, like we could have did the red, we could have did the blue with what's his name, the driver. But like I felt like those are very typical as well, right? Like red, blue, like it's like every typical color way ever done on an action figure. So I think that plays a little bit into it. More so the story is going to be driving it more, but the color as well as a touch. And also, if you remember the Arctic H.I.S.S tank, very cool design, but also very minimal. That's why you see like we had like that reticulated snow pattern on the side. I made that up just now, reticulated snow pattern, but it is like a reticulate. I was inspired by reticulated pythons and blizzards. No.
I don't know how much that's coming across, but yeah, you need. I mean, you need camouflage when you're in the snow.
You do. You got to break it up a little bit, man. Yeah. You know.
And
very cool.
The Arctic white vehicle that it's gonna mesh well. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Put your bright red rockets on top so people can see you.
Hey, but the polarized red canopy keeps the sun off their eyes. Yeah. So the red canopy is important. Got to keep it.
That's that part though. It's like that part of fantasy and that part of real, right? Like there's a part of like visual interest you got to keep because it's a toy. And the same thing BMac was just saying with the red lens on the canopy. That's actually really for Arctic snowblind. That's why like snowboard goggles and stuff are usually red because it diffuses the white of the snow. So we did a little bit of that on there too. But then again, it's like the old school one had red rockets, right? So we're trying to like keep a hint of that as well. So it's like this balance.
So with made to order items, I think one of the things that people are still trying to figure out, like in the fandom, right, is the level of transparency that you get with a HasLab. This item costs X amount and you need to sell Y of them in order to make it a reality. So how did you land on kind of the price versus feature set for this HISS while also keeping it different from the original HasLab offering?
Yeah, a lot of it just comes down to, we're 3+ years down the road. Plastic costs more in the States. We're dealing with the wonderful world of tariffs right now. So that's just a lot of unknowns that you have to assess as a business. I think a lot of it too was like we just made sure that the pieces that we were keeping versus what we took off the original HISS tank felt important, but like we went with the new updated version for the side panels and then the gull wing canopy on it. So we weren't giving you those tiers and add-ons that you got to make it your classic one with the first one. So we wanted to have those points of differentiation. Again, the rocket system's a little different on the gunner turret there, the accessories for the basket and the rolled up blanket. So there are changes that make it unique. And then again, the texturing pattern and the camo make it different. So we just had to figure out where things go. And at the end of the day, like we are a big corporation, and we just have certain things we have to adhere to when we reuse things.
Yeah. And 2025 saw some of the most detailed figures we've seen in the line yet, with Pythona, Crystal Ball, who we've seen already today, and Ghost Viper. Talk to us about bringing those characters into the line for the first time and what it took to execute on them.
Oh, we kind of talked about it earlier, but I think getting into it was I really wanted to make Crystal Ball from like the onset. And Tony and I would talk about it all the time. I'm like, dude, I'm making Crystal Ball. He's a vampire warlock. he hypnotizes people. He had the lenticular on the shield, but I kind of leaned more, how do you make him cooler? Because I've always felt like the idea of him was like, that's pretty sick. Like, talk about a super powerful character in a world that's kind of grounded in reality, but a little bit sci-fi, a little fantasy. Like, this guy can hypnotize people like on the spot. Yeah. Sorry. But so I like the idea of him, very powerful Cobra character, right? So we kind of just leaned in. We're like, how can we make him cooler? So we made him a little more gritty looking, the longer coat. Originally, I haven't posted it yet, but originally the design, I was given a bunch of rings. He was gonna have like a lot of like looks like they'd been passed down the family. Maybe that's where the power is coming from. However, when we were sculpting it, and then I did a color study on the first sculpt we got, it just was looking like a mess. I'm like, in production, this ain't gonna come out right. So then the idea came across. I'm like, what if I give him like a gauntlet? And the gauntlet is kind of like part of it. Like, we're not saying where the power is coming from. I mean, we kind of are the dire tech, but like, I wanted it to look like he's got relics on him. At the same time, he's using that dire tech. And what's powering the dire tech, we'll never tell. But the idea was, how do you never tell? So it was like, I wanted to make a character that I always thought was pretty cool as a kid be even cooler, and I felt leaning into the whole warlock, they speak about him in dark corners kind of character. I thought was the kind of way to go with him. From the dire tech stuff, I can't remember, guys. Were we like just kind of riffing and like we were like, he needs units because he's so powerful? That's right. We were just kind of chatting about it, and we're like, he needs units. Like, he hypnotizes people. Of course he has units. Why wouldn't he? And that's where we got into like, what if they're exploiting his dire tech? He's using it in a way where like you can't even, it's seamless. It's like it's between fantasy and reality. You can't tell. But the ghost vipers use it in a way where it's a little more like they're spreading it. It's more like a miasma that they spread, that kind of and they can manipulate that miasma to make themselves look like your fears, and that's why they come with all this stuff. Originally, it was going to be a deluxe figure, and I was like, but dude, he needs a ghost wolf. So I don't know what happened.
He needed a ghost wolf.
So I have to say, my favorite thing to do is to take the Cobra head and put it on Crystal Ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's like my go-to.
It's great because it's
so
got
badass.
Old like Remco, kind of like old Masters bootleg vibe to it.
Remco, my dude.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Dropping rack to it.
Zolo
World
and
yeah, dude, that's awesome.
all that good stuff, right? That's what I love about those. But you can pop and swap those puppies on anything. It's great.
We've been trying to do that this year too, a lot more than often. Lot more
the wolf head's
often
really
than
good
not.
on it too.
Yes, is what I meant. Yeah, you can pop more heads across the line, and like even like the Budo Samurai gear will fit most of the ninjas. Most bodies it'll fit, unless it's like a little larger body. But like for the most part, you could put samurai armor on anybody you want. So again, we want people to play with them.
Oh, that one's awesome. Yeah, I do like that one now.
Yeah.
Now, like maybe I prefer that one now.
Well, the wolf makes you think of like
got?
90s vampire movie. You know what I mean? With like, because that's what we were thinking too. He needed to feel like he goes to clubs. That's why I gave him the long jacket and the puffy fur around it.
He's cool.
You know,
it's crazy. You went
cool,
so,
dude.
But I also
you went so
I also
hard
like
on
that,
all of the
he
heads.
looks
That
like,
I don't think I'm ever gonna put the regular head.
he looks like the cover of a metal album. I love it. Like,
yes, we'll do that as much as possible.
Python is no joke either. I know we were talking about ball for the past 30 minutes, but Pythona is pretty darn good. It's also. Do you have that one, Eric?
I don't have her. I don't have her in hand.
Watch out!
Look out!
This one was awesome. This one got a ton of paint on it too, which was fantastic.
We wiped the entire figure. Every piece has paint on it in multiple ops on every figure, every piece.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Print. And then we went berserk, obviously, with all the accessories. As I pulled up Lenny's deco sheet to start work on this thing, and I was like, "All right, we got 5 clams with this thing."
Dude, it's Chowderfest in Rhode Island, dude.
That's right.
Chowderfest. It was Chowderfest at New York Comic Con. That's what it was.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but just the amount of stuff that we're packing in with these things. Again, just given that Cobra Law, that Giger kind of inspiration that I think was in the lore. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be able to work on these in such detail.
It's been super fun to also work with John Jang on all the artwork on them too. So they all have that consistent look across Cobra Law. It's a lot of fun. Awesome dudes. It's super fun to chat with. He came through. He actually got brought to Rhode Island Comic Con as a guest of honor. So I was like, "You're in the state. You have to come to CHQ." And he just came through. It was super polite and nice, and just showed him some of the old paintings in the building from the original A Real American Hero days, and it's just great to work with him. And it really brings those characters to life and gives them their own unique reason of being within the classified line, aside from how awesome the toys are. For those people that do collect and look at the artwork of the entire series, they align nicely and look together, make a nice little collection.
Now, Tony, you've given Lenny crap before about the deco for camo.
Oh,
what's worse, doing camo deco or doing deco on something like Pythona?
The camo for sure.
Camo.
The wash, like a wash, just to get technical, a wash. There's like a button in my program, and just throw a bunch of nodes on it, and it becomes what we want. So if it's a full body wash, we can get crazy. That's a button. But a camo, that just
by hand.
That's by hand. Because we also, not only are we applying that to the model digitally, but we're also creating the artwork that's going to be printed onto the figure. So it's a more technical thing, where this is kind of an operational thing that's pretty not easy for the vendor, but it's repeatable.
Yeah.
You also have to create that, and this is a lot more random, right? Not everyone's going to be the same. If you do, we call it a tampo, but it's when you do that camo, it's exact placement of that camo. So camo for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we would be remiss, right, if we're talking about these really crazy detailed figures and amazing bits of storytelling. Let's go back to the Arctic H.I.S.S for a moment, because you guys have some support coming for even more support coming for your Arctic figures.
Where's he going?
I don't know. I think
Lenny has left the chat.
Is he getting the H.I.S.S?
There goes Chowder Fest.
He's coming.
He did the Michael Scott. He went to go get it at the warehouse.
Hold on, let me get it. Make me get it in frame.
Oh my god!
Oh, how is this even gonna work? Hold on a second. You guys see
there we
it?
go. Perfect.
Just hold it like a cat.
Living room. I'm gonna cover my living room because I've got action figures everywhere.
And gator skulls.
And gator skulls. Here it is in all of its glory. This thing has been to China. It's been to Brazil. It's been to where else did we show? New York,
London.
New York.
You know where it takes the most damage though? Photography.
Yeah. When Matt gets it, it's like, oh no, Matt has it.
I'm surprised that model didn't come back in 20 pieces. But I will say this: his shots are so good, we'll forgive him.
Shouts to Shooting the Galaxy.
Yeah, Matt's the man
on Instagram.
Matt's great. Corey's great. Those guys do magic with our products. So.
It will not have this white in here. This is Matt. This is Matt.
Matt added a little flavor on that one.
Yeah. So as you can see, the reticulated blizzard. I should name that. Anyways, but so you can see here. So in the final, it's going to be a little more. We're trying to get it more polarized looking. So you'll be able to see a little bit into it better. Trying to do this. Man, I gotta give credit to these reviewers online who do stuff with looking at a camera at the same time.
Not easy.
Not easy.
Not with those mitts.
Can you do some ASMR too?
Hold on. So, and of course, it's not going doors on it. Oh no! It's not broken. I promise. I promise it's not broken.
As he mentions his massive meat hooks.
Actually, to that regard, it's been everywhere and it is broken. Yeah. But hey, I didn't do that. But you can see here the driver on the side. Tony will fix it.
I'll fix it for you.
It's pretty awesome. We're really excited about it. I don't know if it comes across in the photographs, but we put C clips all across. So you can put weapons across. It can hold weapons in the basket. Something else too. If you don't want the bag on, you can take the bag off. Cool.
Bag on, bag off.
Bag on, bag off. Same thing with the basket as well. So there's a level of customization with it as well. And then also this will come off as well.
Wow.
So if you buy 3 or 4 of them, you can have them kitted out different ways when you take a picture of like your army of Arctic H.I.S.S tanks.
Absolutely. And we kind of like made this. This is like a coupling piece so that you can put other types of weapons on there from the line. So it's be pretty cool. So you can mix and match if you want to. Trying to think of the other thing to show everybody. Oh, it'll be able to take all the armaments or the armor essentially from the original H.I.S.S tank as well. So if you want to put the ground to air missiles on the sides, you can. It'll still fit. It'll still function. I'll show you guys. So the mechanism is still going to be there.
That's awesome. Does it have the tow hitch in the back too still?
Of course. Yeah. So we kept pretty much the bones, because a lot of stuff is the bones, right? See electronics and stuff like that starts getting a little hairy.
Yeah.
As you can see, there still flips down, still has the flip down. Again, this model is a painted model, so it's actually starting to lose its paint. So I gotta say, for being across the world, it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, held up pretty great.
Yeah.
I mean, it lost the door, but hey, GI Joe goes to battle.
Not final product.
And I promise I didn't do that. These come off as well.
Amazing.
You can see there.
Nice.
So pretty cool.
Well, yeah, we did give them some support though, right? Like we couldn't just say, "Hey, iceberg's coming," and "Hey, here's some snow serpents." And if anybody was crafty on Black Friday, I know they were on clearance. So hopefully some people were able to stock up for next winter to get ready for those snowshoots. But we couldn't only give you a couple characters in the HasLabs and the H.I.S.S tanks. So, we debuted this week. We have our new Joe Troop Builder. So this is our Arctic Steel Core Trooper. Super fun here. Lenny just cooking again per usual, doing fun Arctic things.
Love the alternate head on that with the breather on the one side.
What's going on in the snow? I don't know. Maybe things are getting wild. Maybe things are getting poisonous. Call me crazy.
Maybe he's going back into that cave that turned Snake Eyes' hands pink. We don't know. He has options. So
maybe that's where they're there. Maybe that's what they're supporting. Maybe we got to call in. Can I say maybe one more time?
Maybe.
Maybe
you should.
Maybe.
Mayhaps.
But because we gave you so many Joes,
if you will.
But because we gave you so many Joes with the Snowcat, clearly Cobra needed some more support. So we had to go the opposite way. So this is a 1 versus 2 pack, right? So Arctic Saw Viper, like this is straight out of horror. I don't know.
And the wolf head will fit on top of his helmet, so it kind of makes him look like a chieftain of the Saw Vipers, which is
unreal.
Kind of the vibe we're going with. And I was messing around with. We just had we have Binner figures, and I was like, "Yo, he needs more. He needs more." And it fit great. I'm like, put it in the box.
Yeah, just pull that collar off.
Yeah,
and then you put that puppy back over.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. My desk in the office, I have a Sarge figure wearing that wolf headdress, riding a snowboard on the top of my cue ball, and it's everybody comes by and it's just like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I don't know. Ridiculous is what it is."
That's the thing with awesome the wolf to look at. I want to use it more often. I always, whenever I'm kit bashing, I'm like, "Oh, what if I use the wolf?" And I forgot that it's for a bigger character because it came with Snow Job, who was a puffier jacket. And I'm like, I can't use it because he's a little bigger than everybody else. So we had the opportunity here. And like BMac putting it on Sarge, you got a wolf pelt, use it,
That's the unwritten rule of wolf pelts. If you have a wolf pelt,
you use it. You use it.
I like how he's got like his armor is like fresh out of the Running Man too. Like
it's got weird 80s / that new Total Recall movie vibe.
Yeah,
it's weird. It sits in this like weird realm of 80s mid 2015 sci-fi movie. I love it.
He's a great colorway for this character. Everywhere.
He pops.
Nothing's and look at the cod piece too on him. It's just
that's where I got the Running Man from.
Yeah, he's safe. He is ready. He is ready for anything. And then BMac, there's one more in this.
There is
in this cadre.
This is so fun.
Excellent new Running Man reference.
A new Viper character here from the mind of Lenny too, right? The Drift Viper. So how do you take a night viper but make it so it doesn't grow up only in the darkness and can't see in the blinding light of snow? So we have a drift viper, and like if this dude was hiding in a snowdrift, you're never gonna see it. You're just dead. Like you're
Yeah.
just absolutely gonna get obliterated by this guy. So they train in the craziness of the snow. Cobra just drops them in the Arctic somewhere and says, "Figure it out," and comes back for them 10 years later and turns them into a
Yeah.
troop unit.
The idea too, of calling them drift viper, it's like snow drifts, right? So like you're not
Yeah.
essential because we're like call them a blizzard viper, but I think and we're like we got to play with something a little more kind of playing to the shadows of, and a lot of snow battles when you think of them in movies are usually daytime battles. So like maybe what else could obscure him? So snow drifts essentially we're playing with. So I'm into it. I think it works.
Yeah. And I'm getting some serious Metal Gear Solid vibes
Mhm.
from this figure. Big time. Like I could see, which would also be now that I'm thinking about it, an awesome crossover if the Joes
Dude.
ever needed Snake for anything. Little
So,
Solid Snake
the actor's voice is so iconic. Metal Gear. Remember, he would always like
Yeah,
kind of growl everything.
David Hayter.
it's that guy's David
Yes.
Hayter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Another thing
but
about this mold too, it was black and green. I wanted to do something completely different, right? What is the complete opposite? Of course, white, right? So here we have the Drift Viper.
yeah, and it's funny because usually you don't. I shouldn't say funny. That's not the right word. It's
Mhm.
interesting because usually things that are white and gray are usually more kind of like heroic
Yeah.
colorways. Like they're not very intimidating. But both of these Cobra editions, because of just kind of some subtle choices, like the way that
Mhm.
the red. I
It's
don't
the
know if
red.
the red pops of red, but also
Yeah.
the way that their heads are, like the eyepiece that's on the Drift Viper here, and then of course, the wolf pelt and that kind of like wide
Yeah.
eyepiece across the top, like makes these characters very menacing
I don't know
in
why
such
it
a light
is.
That, like,
colorway.
Robotron, like remember
Yes.
that video game?
It's
Yeah.
also got like a did the bug bad guys in Cull? I remember them being bug dudes because when he would kill them with the glaive, they would break open and like that little creature would come out. Wasn't like a gray like chitin armor or whatever it was? I
I'm
don't
looking
or
now.
am I remembering it the way I want to remember it?
I
Hey,
don't know.
you know what? Whatever's making that brain do the things that your brain is doing,
Mhm.
keep doing whatever you're doing.
All right.
Subtle red too. Like it's not like it's
Not a
enough
lot.
where it's like if you catch that red, like you're probably in deep
Probably too
trouble.
late.
You're
Yeah.
catching the saw. For sure.
You're getting fear if you see the red. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then just to
Catching the
reiterate,
saw, dude.
that anybody that didn't see these when we revealed them with Hasbro Pulse, this will be a 3-pack, 2 Cobra versus 1 Joe. Be available for pre-order in 2026 sometime. We're still working that out. We're still working on the models. These are all the wonderful paint masters and digital renders. Tony pulled this stuff off for us super fast. Lenny pulled this pack together super fast. We had an item we needed to fill, and we knew we wanted to keep building out the Arctic world. So keep an eye out for that. We'll make sure everybody knows it's not going to be a stealth drop. We'll get you the 48 hour, 72 hour, availability. Like, hey, this is going up on Pulse at this date. Could be around Toy Fair time. Unsure, but we'll make sure you know.
A nice early
Well,
preview.
Love that. So back to some of the other things that you guys did kind of firsts for 2025. With Mindbender being offered on a retro card after previously being, that con exclusive, this maybe opens the door for you guys to revisit some of the other heavy hitters that have been con or show exclusives,
Oh,
like
is there something
Chuckles.
is there
or
some figures you'd like?
well, I mean, Serpenter could
Mm.
probably go back out there at some point, but those were also event exclusives. So like, between the Hiss, which we discussed kind of at length already, and also, like I mentioned, Mindbender, when do you guys determine it's the right time to reintroduce releases like that?
Time.
Yeah.
Time is part of it. Ability to execute it, because a lot goes into these things from an executional standpoint that we can't talk about here, but do inhibit us from releasing them more often and when people request them. Because a lot of times when people are like, why are they re-releasing it? It's like, I get it, buddy. I want to re-release it too, but there are other forces that are stopping us from using that particular mold or allocating the funds to do that. That's the most designer answer I can give you.
Mhm.
I don't know if BMac wants to elaborate.
Yeah, I
from a
mean,
marketing
it's also
standpoint.
like a reason for being, right? Like, we want people to be excited. We made our Mindbender. It was a con exclusive. There were some updates that we could make to make him more classic. So, like, he was a perfect fit for the retro card back line. And it just made sense. It had been enough time. There's a lot of new fans, like, as weird as that is to say, like, this line keeps growing year over year, and it's expanding in both directions in terms of age. Like, there's those of us who were in the 80s and 90s that love it, but also we're starting to see that, like, some parents are now starting to bring their kids in generationally, and they're getting them in, or they're just walking down and seeing that Islander at Walmart, and they're just like, this is the coolest action figure I've ever seen. I want this. It has green glowing wolf in it. So, like, they're just buying it to get into it, right? So I think it's just a matter of, like, we understand that there are people who are joining now and they might have missed out, and they don't want to go spend X number of dollars 4-6 times what the figure cost when it first came out to just get it to their shelf. So we can give you a different version of that character that makes sense with a reason of being, depending on just how it aligns. So, like, Mindbender's great because everybody loves him, and he's just, I don't know, a crazy dentist turned Cobra doctor,
Jack's
scientist.
doctor for no
Yeah,
reason.
he clearly goes to the gym twice a day. So just a lot of fun. So I would say yes, things are on the table. They will make their appearances as it makes sense. I mean, you're even seeing it already with next year. Crazy Legs coming
His
out, getting
helmet
that
fits
classic
him.
redo.
Sorry,
So,
I'm like fussing around with figures on my desk.
That looks great.
And it fits him perfectly, dude.
That's
Look
the
at
retro.
that.
And here's the big announcement. That's the next retro card.
Yeah,
Commander,
yeah,
Snake
yeah.
Commander.
That's
It's
and
not.
it's gonna come with the helmet too.
It's not. Just to be clear.
Got him good.
All right, that was a great
Sorry,
kit
BMac. I
badge,
didn't mean
though.
to do that while you were explaining.
No, you're good. That was great. That's so fun looking. But
Perfect.
yes, short
Perfect.
answer is yes. We look at them when they make sense. They will make a reappearance. They'll always be different from their first offering, kind of the same as the HasLab. Like, we will give it a different reason for being.
Yeah.
But they will show back up. And in time,
reason for being.
we could eventually do reruns. 10-year anniversary of Classified. Maybe it's time to rerun the convention exclusive Serpentor and the super awesome box. Like, that could happen. I don't know. We got another 5 years before I have to figure that out. So I'm not going to promise anything, but could happen.
Never say never.
I always say anything is possible. Well, that's like the most generic marketing answer when you get in all these interviews. They're just like, "Can you do this?" Anything's possible, and they just move on to the next question. Clearly. So what's
Fair.
the next one, right?
Yeah.
So the next one, the Steel Core Modular Defense Post release continues the line's ability to world build at 112. Now that you've dipped your toes in that water, what's the next step when it comes to playsets?
I think more focused ones, because they're designed to be modular, right? Like, we designed them to be like, if you need walls, if you need to, like, platforms on your shelves, essentially, because you flip them backwards and then you put one on the inside and one on the top, and you have, like, and then they can stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
So we were trying to make something that was very collector in mind playset and space in mind playset, but I would really like to get into, like, playset that is sculpted for the moment. You know what I mean? Like, I love what Star Wars does with the vintage line and the 1/18 scale stuff, where, like, those places just look so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how could we get something like that going on, Joe? Because there's so many cool environments. I mean, like, you want to see military figures doing cool military stuff in military play sets, right? So it's like, how can we get that going? And the same thing, like Mindbender's lab, what would that look like? You know what I mean? Like, and how can we execute that? And, like, but I feel like modular is awesome, and we're going to continue to do modular stuff when the opportunity arises, but I'd love to do stuff that was not modular so that we can really focus on the sculpture.
Yeah. Yeah, something like a bat repair station would be cool too.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I love that one.
Dude.
Awesome.
That's a great idea. Yeah,
like
I saw somebody
Write that down.
I was gonna say almost like it's so funny. What made me think of that was when NECA did the like the Monsterizer, right?
Yes,
The
beautiful.
Remco
Yeah.
Monsterizer, and they did the Monsterizer in 1/10 scale.
Mhm.
And I was actually, like, putting a picture together. I think it was actually for the snake armor that I was when I was taking the picture, but I was thinking like,
Yeah.
oh, wouldn't it be cool if I had like an operating table for a bat?
Yeah.
Like, and it comes with like new arm attachments, and like you could kind of customize one of your bats, and like that would be a cool like you said, like in the moment play set that wouldn't be enormous, you know,
Yeah, that's
at one
the
small
whole
scale.
problem. It's like, because I got to figure out like, what are you making? How big is it going to be? What's the price that's connected to that? Because like BMac was saying, plastic's expensive. So it's
Yep.
like, you got to kind of like weigh all that stuff out. And then at the end of the day, can it look cool? And is it a useful utility for you to use within your collection, where you're going to get that and not 25 Cobra Troopers? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like trade-offs, and seeing what'll be successful at the end of the day. And sometimes we're going to hit, sometimes we're not going to hit. We're trying to hit every time, trying to get a home run every time. But so essentially, it's just it's an evaluation process. But I think, long story short, I would love to make more sculpted things that are dedicated. Like the bags came out awesome with the Trench Viper. I love those bags. It's like such a silly thing, but I'm like, these sandbags are awesome. Like, how did this come out so good?
I feel like there's a good like Five Guys collab too, where it's just like sacks of potatoes or something.
Isn't that the craziest thing when you go to Five Guys?
That's
all the
crazy.
bags of potatoes everywhere.
And the peanut
wild.
oil. So if you have a peanut allergy, you just instantly die when you walk in the door.
Yeah, you
I
can't
wasn't
go
thinking-
through the
That's a
door.
wild move.
Oh my god!
Don't do that. If you have a peanut allergy, don't go to Five Guys.
Or the
23,000
peanut
potatoes.
shell
When do you want
dust or anything like
Was that?
people just cracking peanut shells like at the
Yeah.
tables.
Oh,
That's
Texas
right.
Roadhouse?
It's not potatoes.
There's no
it's-
like
it's
sign on the
peanuts.
door, is there? It's like
There is.
peanuts? Is there? Okay, I never.
It's
paid
like,
Yeah.
you will die if you come in.
Yeah,
here.
I think they have to because they're just people are just
peanuts
straight
are
up,
in the air.
people are just straight up eating peanuts while they're waiting for a burger. Like
It should,
a new
it should
Cobra
be
villain is
called.
born that day.
It should be called Peanut Roadhouse, right?
Five Guys with peanuts.
Yeah, I'm in. Oh, wait a minute.
That's the new seating. I feel like they could take all those bags.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Just sit on potatoes.
You sit on the potato bags.
If they have a flood, they're all set.
Well, it's like those
You're right.
those seafood restaurants where they
Thanks,
just
Ryan.
roll the paper on the table and you just you dump your
Oh,
shells.
the
Newspaper
crawfish
foils?
foils.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
there's a
those types
place
of
by
places.
Tony that they bring it out and the bag is filled with hot air
Yeah.
and seafood is
And
inside?
seafood. There's also seafood in there. Yeah.
And it's seafood, but it's like it's the seafood hot air is in the bag, and you pop the bag, you rip it open, and it's just like this wet, steamy mess of mollusks and
I wanna-
crustaceans.
Yeah.
I want that. I want that in my body.
It's Cobra La in a bag.
It's Cobra Claws. That's the name of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of bringing things to life like Cobra La in a bag, you guys brought a piece of GI Joe to life in 2025, like literally. Cold Slither. Dave's got the shirt on. We got to see them in New York. It was amazing. We had
the shirt
we
from
had
the show. We were
yeah,
there. I can prove
Hell
it.
yeah. Yeah.
we had Ripper on the show.
That was awesome.
Which was
That's
great.
awesome.
Great. But tell us, BMac, how did that come together, and is it something we're going to see more of in the future?
That story is crazy all in of itself. So I literally get brought over to the Joe line. So it was kind of split between Emily and I. She was managing the Pulse items. I was doing mainline because I still had a ton of Transformers work, and she was doing some other stuff like finishing up some stuff with Rangers and whatnot. And she happened to be out on vacation, and I had to like make a call in the moment about this Pulse item that just wasn't going to happen. It was going to be a externally licensed thing, and the contract wasn't getting done, and it just wasn't coming together. And I was like, all right, we got to pivot. We need a Comic-Con exclusive. I have this thing. I've been talking to this record label friend of mine for years. He has a buddy who literally already wrote 10 songs for Cold Slither. We need to make this Cold Slither set. And Lenny's like, I'm not making 4 dudes in spandex for Comic-Con. Like, it's just not happening. That's not
Well, caveat,
cool.
Caveat, it was a money thing, not a spandex thing.
And it was just funny. And I was like, oh, I think this could come together. And then like it just all started to take shape. Lenny figured out how to pull it together. Our graphic team got super behind it and made that entire insane packaging. Huge shout out to our franchise team at the time. It was Michael. He took the idea and ran with it and got all the contracts done. Marie on our music team was able to also help out with that. And then it just turned into something all of its own. Clearly, if you've talked to anybody from the band, they are all huge G.I. Joe fans. Ross is like an absolute toy maniac nut who did like the Ballad of Buzzard video that's on stage at the time. That's all him. He went out with his buddy and he's like, hey, you got to hold this camera while I play with this toy, and like turn it into a music video, right? So it's just like everybody. Gus is insane, like super cool, like we'll tell you the whole story about how Optimus Prime was essentially his dad growing up and just like how much all of this means to him. And just like, he's the one who actually had the songs ready for Gerardo and RPM and everything for like 10 years. They had this album like thought out and written. And it was just super great to bring it all together. And then we got to double down and do it again in New York with everybody. And then like Kelly, who's running G.I. Joe franchise now, was able to pull that off and bring it together. The guys harassing everybody during the panel at New York Comic Con because they just put Toy of the Year was so on point, and just like they're all great, and it's just fun. And I absolutely want to do more stuff like this. Frank Todaro voicing Cobra Commander on the album and all the animations, like, you know, rest in peace, Chris Latta, but Frank is a close second, as best as it could be, and he just embodies it. And like, he's always willing to jump in and help out. He did the Snowcat thank you video, turned it in like 12 hours for us. I gave him a rough idea of a script, woke up to a recording, and our team put it together to get it out there. It's just
getting to meet him in New York was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's a lot of passion. Everybody's willing to go the extra mile to make something really awesome happen in regards to this. And if it was up to me, I was like, let's do more. There's talk of like, how do you progress Cold Slither into their next album? Like, is it from Kill 'Em All to Master of Puppets? Or are we going from Master of Puppets to Ride the Lightning? Like, I have where I want to go, but like, what's gonna work out? So there's more to come. There is more to come. We'll see.
All right.
Yeah. What a good time. I'll say that. Like, so much fun with the ads and the PSAs in the middle and all that.
Oh my god, yeah.
The multimedia was so good.
And just Gus's, it's very clear that Gus's knowledge goes deep, because the stuff that's going on in those songs, like if you actually like outside the music being very good, like they put on an amazing show. The songs are genuinely enjoyable, but like the storylines in each individual song, like he knows Zartan better than lore. I think most people do.
I think he became Zartan while writing it, and then when he performs it, he really embodies him. And I was talking to Gus about like he was creating the voice effect essentially to do the double chorus on it to like make him sound like Zartan essentially. So like, dude embodied it. It's passion. The whole project is passion, and it shows, and it's paying off. So it's exciting to see that happen for another medium of art, right? So
and like the whole, I said there's a lot of Easter eggs we've laid in with the toy. There's Easter eggs with the album too that are leading to things in 2026 if you're paying attention, that you'll see, and it's a lot of fun, and just excited to be able to like kind of, I don't know, get people thinking about things in a different way than they probably would. And just
I'm hoping one of those Easter eggs is fatal.
Oh,
some swamping.
Dude, this is a toy show. You're talking about life and death.
My goodness.
Speaking of skulls,
it also seemed like so much fun was being had on stage. Like,
yeah, those guys
love it. They love it.
Yeah,
you guys came back after the show too, and those guys they can't get enough. After the first show, they talked our ear off about GI Joe. We're like, yeah, GI Joe. And then the second show, like, yeah, GI Joe, GI Joe. It was awesome. It's nice to have that, passion in a different media that I've got zero musical talent. That might surprise you guys. I don't know. Zero.
Listen,
you can sing. Don't let him tell you.
Everybody can sing. It's just a question of whether anyone else likes it.
Do you like it?
That's very true. But to listen to them use their media to tell that story was just super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, with that, it's time to head into our Q&A. So we knew you guys were coming on, and boy, did we get some questions.
Oh, boy.
So we've got some questions for you guys to answer here. So
this could be a record too. Like if it didn't.
There's a lot of submissions. So I will just address kind of like anytime we do this, it always happens. We got tons of questions of when is this character coming? Why haven't you made this character yet? We will not be asking those questions because we value your time.
We want to make them.
Yes.
That's the
Anything's
plan.
We will in
possible.
time.
If we
Just
haven't
wait.
revealed it yet, we will. We want to.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So let's just jump right
I'm
in
not
here.
wearing this hat as a hint. The Bears literally are just a good football
yeah,
team
dude.
Oh,
Dude,
and a team
I'm
that
with
I
you.
root for.
I'm with
shouts
you on
to
that.
shouts to this dude at New York Comic Con
Every
every
year.
year, by the way, for giving this out.
The campaign is amazing. Tony told him, it's like, we can never make it because you'll stop giving us swag.
At Fridge Fandom. I'll plug him.
I want
I'll
more
plug
free
him
shit.
at Fridge Fandom.
No,
Does
he
really
does a
good
great
work.
job.
Yeah.
So yeah, first question, Dave. Do you wanna start us off here?
Yeah, sure. From one Dave to another. At Super Dave 817.
One
asks,
Dave to another.
Yes. How will the legacy line that's the fix, right? Or is that squeeze? One thing leads to another is the fix.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm just
Okay.
going.
How will the legacy line grow moving forward?
That question could take us into so many directions, I think. But
Yeah.
I think we want to get into real life heroes. So how can we celebrate real life heroes? Whether they're military, whether they're service members, whether they're our police force firemen,
First responders.
first responders. So we want to get into a lot of that stuff and really celebrate people who basically take care of us, right? So take that as you will, but we'll expand upon it in that direction essentially.
Yeah. There's also like a lot of potential reuse, right? Like we know that, yeah, we nailed the black firefighter outfit in this first year, but like we got a lot of people like, hey, my fire department wears the tan.
Oh, yeah,
with
tan
black
one, yeah.
lines. Like, how do I get that? Or my fire department wears the safety green with the reflective lines. Like, when's that one coming? And we hear you. And there's so many options, and we want to support everybody. And like the line has the opportunity to do that. There's a lot of environmental stuff we can get
Yeah.
into with them as well. So maybe there's a hint there for
Yeah.
something for next year.
Here's
just
a little
lot of-
juice. Here's a little juice.
Ooh,
The first deco sheet was a tan fireman.
that
But-
was worth a squeeze.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
juice.
There you go.
Yeah. But black is more
It
metal.
did look cooler. We did a
It looks
couple.
cool in the black. Yeah.
All right, let's go right into the next one here. So
Yeah.
we've got at Great Lakes Hot Rod 2015
Mhm.
asks, are we any closer to getting accessory packs like we had in the 3.75-inch line?
I'll just say yes. We're actively looking at how to do that in a way that makes sense. We understand there's a lot of 3P product out there that works within all of action figure world in our 1/12 scale, but yes, we are trying to figure out how do we make new, what can we reuse, how do we get you a stack of stands for people who want that official GI Joe stand. I know that was something I always wanted to buy a bunch of back when I was a kid because you lose them consistently.
Those are
So-
the mines.
I always lost my
Oh, the
own.
Mines.
Yeah.
Or I'd like having the different colors in the same like backpack
Oh yeah.
alternate,
Yeah.
and they meant different things.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling stories.
So I won't say how soon, but I will say yes, that we are closer than we've ever been, and it's something we look at.
Love that.
Awesome. At Chiller Perfectionist asks, can we get Snow Job on a retro card since his only other release was an exclusive?
It's a good question. Again,
Can we?
anything's possible.
Anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Anything's possible.
Oh, should we hit him with the Emily? We cannot speak to future product or
It's-
characters.
I had to leave one of them in, and I
Yeah.
picked
Yeah.
my favorite Joe. So-
It's
It's
well,
totally-
but we got
Yeah.
the snow theme right going
got
on.
the
snow
thing going
showed
on.
the
We
Arctic
I
understand.
realized
winter.
that's why that was there. I was like, he
Yeah.
loves Snow Job, and we're talking a lot about snow. Maybe we're talking a lot about snow.
I guess we
And
could say that we know it's in high demand. We know it was an exclusive. We know that it's been a while since he got released.
Yeah,
Um,
we know,
And
we
we,
know.
yeah, exactly. So we do want to get there.
You could maybe say we know.
I think they know. I think they know that you know.
You know that you know.
And you
that
know,
we know.
and you know that they know that you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and we all know that you know that they know. So,
Sick.
And
And maybe
Nailed
we
it.
know now.
yeah.
And knowing
And
is half the
knowing-
battle, guys.
Is
Hey,
half the
Yes.
battle.
Yes. Yes. That's where
Oh,
we're supposed
damn
to
it.
go.
Missed it.
No, I was setting it up.
So this is always interesting. You know, GI Joe has such this kind of like wide array of an ocean of, you know, kind of content to pull from. So for at 44D2 asks, are Adventure Team Joes something that's on the table?
We've
for you
talked about
guys?
him. We've talked about him.
We have. It's a fun like little subsection of Joe, and like you can see we're slowly trying to get to collections where we can, and it makes sense. We do bring up Adventure Team. Mark, our brand writer, all the time is like, we should get Adventure Team out there. Just do this here. And it's like, okay, got it. We'll do it. So yes, we're looking at it. We want to honor, like, clearly we did the 60th anniversary in 2024. Did those 4 action soldiers. Now it's continuing on in Legacy. There could be a home for Adventure Team when the time is right, and it makes sense for how the brand needs to progress.
Yeah, and if you look at that old product and you see all the animals and things like that, you know that gets Lenny. Look, he's cooking already. You can see him cooking.
If you look and you're not cooking.
Oh, all right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Careful. You're gonna wind up getting the saw.
That's Chef Roblox stuff.
Well, that polar bear is now my favorite polar bear since my other favorite polar bear plays in Baltimore now. So,
Oh.
No.
mm,
Oh.
Pete
Why'd you have to make me
Alonso.
sad, Dave?
I don't know.
All right. Our next question comes from @Nelson McDougal. Why was the boot/ankle rotation left off of the Saw Viper, Blowtorch, and Sci-Fi?
I will say it was left off of 2 of the 3 of those figures.
What?
Sci-Fi has it.
Oh.
It's hidden really well on Sci-Fi. It's actually underneath his silver armor. And if you look at Saw Viper and Blowtorch, there's a lot of pieces on those characters. Sometimes you got to make some hard decisions.
There we go.
Design decision. There we go.
Mm-hmm. So, @Fuller Figures asks, in 2025, GI Joe Classified dipped into the Palatoy territory. Carl, are there plans for more of this?
That was so loud.
Oh, the dip?
Yeah,
The dip came out loud? I said,
so
dip?
loud.
I
was a
didn't
loud
realize it would
dip.
come out
It was
loud. That's amazing.
I actually thought it was to the point where I was like, did I say Palatoy wrong?
Yep. I went.
I
Is
was
it coming
shocked
out loud
and slightly
now?
slightly
Is it coming
scared.
out loud now?
No.
No.
For some reason, it just
Yep.
it sucked up the dip.
Yeah, it
audio.
was.
It enhanced
Hold on, let me
good
try
dip
that again.
enhancement.
You were performing for the back row that time.
Yep.
There you go.
BMac, did you get the question? I got distracted.
Yeah, no. It's like, are we tapping into more of those regional characters in Classified? And is it possible? Yeah, again, anything's possible. The entire history of Joe is on the table. Clearly. I think we're hearing from a lot of people, you know, we went to CCXP. Well, the Hiss Tank and Emily did, the rest of us didn't. But you know, Brazil clearly had its own market. Fun School in India had its own market. Japan changed some things too. There's a lot of just awesome characters out there that we can tap into, and as we continue to develop the tooling line, anything's possible. Like, there are more characters to get out there, and where it makes sense for the story and the content that we're trying to build for that year, we'll tap into it. And like, we have a ton of nerds on this team, I think is the best way to put it, that care about the lore of this brand. And we had all things that as kids that we loved that we wanted to bring back out, and we're slowly getting there and doing it while also creating the new. So like, we have to find that balance as we continue to progress GI Joe and keep it going so we can get to 2030. So I have that 5-year have to re-release Serpentor for its 10-year anniversary deal, right? So
There's just that's some of the more fun pieces of collecting is finding out some of those regional distribution and manufactured pieces that I never saw as a kid. And when you see them, later on in life and collecting and finding something new for something that's 40 plus years and just from the 80s timeline, it's just super cool to find all those small, not small, but pieces that I never saw before, and would love to bring that to classified and mainline.
I mean, it's kind of like Old Man Outback. Like we let in with Old Man Outback. I mean, we're paying attention to that stuff, and I think
it rules. That figure rules.
It does.
I love that figure. That's the superior Outback out of the two of them.
100%.
I think
couldn't agree with you more.
I think if that's any indication to just echo what BMac was saying, if it's cool, we're gonna get it in there. You know what I mean? Like, like we like Tony said, like you're finding stuff like later in life. It's like, what? And then like he wasn't even Old Man Outback. He had like a completely different name. Cannot remember for the life of me right now. But like, why wouldn't you? It kind of adds a layer to the story, and classified is like its own telling of all that stuff. So how do we bring it to our line and make it all meld together and tell a cohesive tale? We're very inspired by Generations. Generations does an amazing job of that. So like we're kind of doing the same thing.
And the passion that the fans of those regions that those were delivered to is through the roof. So would love to make them even happier than they already are. So
Dave, why don't you take the next one too?
Okay. So if it's fight, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
That was loud.
Thank you.
I'm sorry in advance. At Noir Det Cordigan?
Sure, we'll go with that. That's how I would have said it. Noir de Cordigan.
Bless you.
Asks, if fighting for, I was like, it was almost Nardwar, but like, if fighting for freedom over land, sea, and air.
Okay.
If that's what we're doing, where are our water vehicles?
Ooh, the hydrofoil, the water moccasin,
the
Jinx?
shark.
The barracuda.
Where are they? I don't know. Where are they? In the water.
We would.
They're in the marina. Time. This takes time to get this stuff. There's some staples. Going through the staples currently. Some of those are staples as well. We understand that. Don't get mad that I didn't call them staples. It's just a matter of getting there. I have one in particular that I really want to make. But that's a little some more juice. There are ones and figures and things that we really want to make, and like sometimes we'll be halfway down production on them, and then have you ever heard the term kill your darlings? We have to kill them sometimes. So it's like you do all this work. It's just one thing that is going to work, and for some reason, something strategically, you can't do it. So you have to stop all that work, start kind of thing. So like we'll get there.
There's so many moving pieces when dealing with a brand this big and distribution this wide, and it's just again, I repeat myself a million times, but me and Lenny and BMac want to make everything. We really do want to make everything, even stuff that's maybe not as cool, and that's the design challenge, right? Is trying to make that cool. So we want to get there.
So
problem is all the water vehicles are cool.
They are.
Why do you keep killing the air skiff then? Why do you keep killing it?
You know about that one?
Why have you killed it so many times?
Dare you? He's in the files. He's in the files.
He's in the files.
It's also like, again, it goes back to that cohesive story that I keep saying, right? Like, it'd be disjointed to give you one random boat just plopped in the air somewhere, and then all of a sudden you have this one-sided shelf. It's it's a devil ray or it's the shark, and it's just there, and it's just like, okay, well, where's the Cobra or the Joe foil to this? And it just like vehicles we're hearing too. We're listening. Like, yeah, they take up a lot of space at this scale, and everybody has limited shelf space. So we're trying to just make sure that we're being mindful as we do it. It makes sense. Certain things like a hydrofoil, it's going to be big. Like if you look at the original a Real American Hero box, and then you just look at that and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go get that in classified. It's gonna be bigger than a HISS tank. So
Well,
you got a shelf
listen,
for water for a giant boat.
if there's one person on this interview that knows how to tenaciously fight for a water-based vehicle toy and knows how to get it to where it fits in eventually, and that toy happens to be called Sea Spray, BMac is the one that knows how to get it done. Sometimes it just takes
Well,
time.
a mini bot to deluxe is a little smaller than a hydrofoil, but yes, it did. I accomplished the two things I needed to do on Transformers in my time on the brand, and that was make Sea Spray become a deluxe and turn the Thunder Machine into Soundwave. I did those two things, and that was like what I set out to do when I joined the team. It's awesome. But yeah.
I want the Hammerhead. That thing's out of control.
Well, our last question. So we have a hotline, and no one ever uses it enough.
Oh.
but it does exist.
It's kind
I
of
don't know why it loaded so big. It was really funny. But so somebody actually did use the hotline. So here we go.
I just hope this doesn't cost me any money. I feel like I'm calling Lee Marshall on WCW Saturday night. Hey, those Hasbro Joe guys will appreciate this. It's Moody from A Toy Kind of Mood. Wanted to chime in. Congrats on the wonderful year you guys had, as well as Adventures in Collecting. Terrific series of podcasts and social media. All right. How big is that spreadsheet that you guys have in determining what the next G.I. Joe classified wave is, or what figures are coming out? It's got to be massive to scan across all forms of Joe media with past cartoons, not only A Real American Hero, but everything else later, in addition to the wide span comics and the modern era and O-ring toys. It's got to be massive, right? What goes into making those decisions? I'd love to know. Cheers and happy holidays. It's Moody. See you later. Bye.
Happy holidays.
Hey, happy holidays.
Yeah, man. A lot goes into that. I would say the spreadsheet is not huge. It's different every year. We have our list on our computers, and I think we go back to old spreadsheets essentially to kind of be like, oh, we didn't get to that one, essentially. Or it's kind of like, what are we celebrating for the year too? Like what part of the trying to not telegraph things here.
And I can
like what part of the brand are we celebrating? What era are we celebrating? What figures have we not gotten to? What figures excite us? What figures should we bring in? What newness should we bring in? It's a kind of a cauldron of bubbling ideas that kind of it solidifies, and then we go back in and we change it again.
No, a lot goes into like how we design our waves too, right? Like Joe and Cobra Balance. You'll see starting next year, like you see in the first wave, there's only 5 characters now, right? We doubled up on a troop builder because we know you're going to want to buy multiples of those. So like we're bringing that consistency now to the brand as we look at the year and making sure that we're giving fans what they want and they don't have to wait for the next case to come out. There's a lot of carry forwards from the first wave. Like you're not seeing Snake Eyes on shelf through the whole year. You're getting in, you're getting out. And like when that wave's gone, you're getting 5 new characters. And like that's how we're going to consistently keep doing mainline. There's also a lot of new next year. Like within mainline, I'll just be honest, there are 2 all new characters that you know nothing about. We haven't name dropped or anything yet. Again, letting Lenny just kind of cook. So we have a new Joe, we have a new Cobra, super fun. And they're just going to tell fun new stories that are setting up, again, other Easter eggs for future stuff as we continue to get there. So there's a lot that goes into it. Looking at all the eras, there's a lot of stuff to get to too. And like, there's a lot of different things we can take learnings from around the company. Like, do we want to have some screen accurate stuff at some point, kind of like Studio Series? Yeah, we can look at that. Clearly, everybody here, I think, thinks Resolute is one of the best pieces of Joe content ever. Is classified slightly stylized from it, sure, but can we do like actual Resolute Destro at some point? Yeah, like let's get to that point. It's just a matter of when can we do it, because that movie is incredible, and I think there's a lot to tap into there. So like, we're looking at all of it, moments in time that make sense as we plan things, but we're also balancing the waves in terms of like finishing the original 13. Hey, we know we're this deep into 84. Let's tap into 87. Oh, we're in the 90s now. We're doing some Ninja Force stuff. Like,
Heck yeah,
where's that gonna go?
Yeah.
So
slice and dice, baby.
You a dice kid or a slice kid?
So neither. Ninja Force Snake Eyes is my Snake Eyes.
Oh, with the bright blue and the black.
It's a nice one.
And that
That's a
Destro
great one.
too. That Ninja
Which one?
Force era Destro with the bright orange collar.
Yep.
I don't remember Ninja Force. They did it. We did a Ninja Force Destro.
I don't know if
timing.
I think it was around that time. I don't think he was on the Ninja Force card. It was just that era
with the giant disc launcher.
Oh yes,
that one's.
Yep.
Oh yes,
and he had I just remember the bright orange. Orange collar instead of red.
Yes, that was also one of my.
Dude.
That was my Destro. I missed out on the OG as a kid.
Ninja Force, I would say we were our age is prime Ninja Force. Prime, like we were like laser targeted. I think by Bazigian.
It was Storm Shadow for me. Ninja Force.
Yeah,
Shadow.
Ninja Force Storm Shadow is excellent as well.
I love that Storm Shadow.
Yep.
And I think wasn't there a Ninja Force Zanzibar too? That was like.
They did. There was there's a Storm Shadow knockoff with oranges on it. Zanzibar, I don't think. There was somebody with. It was Dojo. Dojo had rooted hair like Zanzibar. Maybe
Dojo. That's who it was.
Dojo.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ninja Force Dojo. That's the one. Yeah. And Zartan, of course. Ninja Force Zartan, awesome.
Yeah, that
bright green pants.
What doesn't say ninja like a guy in bright green pants and a bright orange mohawk and orange eye makeup? And
it's perfect.
I already
healthy.
I already
changed up
Yeah,
that was the crossover for me and Eric at that point because I was like, getting into like 11, 12, 13, and Eric was perfectly like, all right, I will take over your collection.
Yep, and these Joes are mine now.
Yeah,
he clearly took his flag, right? You just inherited his flag and just continued the legacy on.
Oh,
I never had that
flag.
One of my friends did, and that's still the other thing that like that thing was like 80s computer. Like it took up a whole room. Like you can imagine a whole
and
house.
a perfect transition because for a lot of people that is their Grail item, and this brings the end of our Q&A section. We have a fun little holiday themed question for you guys this year. So if each of you could wake up with one GI Joe item under your tree this year for Christmas, it can be something that exists and something that you never had, like a flag, or it could be something that like
it could be one of each, or it could be both.
Oh,
that you would love to see made. What for each of you? What would that item be?
That's a good question. I mean, I never personally had a flag. My cousin did have one, so I got to play with it. But this does mark my 41st Christmas of not having a USS flag under the tree because I guarantee you, my wife did not order me one. But I think for me, like I never had a Mamba as a kid, and I absolutely loved that vehicle because I had the Tomahawk, and I was just always mad that I never had the Mamba to like fight against it. And I loved the Tomahawk, or Eagle Hawk as it's called now, right? Like loved playing with that toy, loved Lift Ticket. It was just a fun thing. So I think a Mamba would be the thing. Like if I opened that up under the tree on Christmas morning, I'd be really stoked.
That's a great one. I'm gonna go a little more attainable just because I know my wife is going to watch this podcast. Tony! I'm going to go Headman because I never had him.
You never had Headman?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And his Headhunters, obviously.
Headhunters.
If I can get greedy.
I feel like be greedy. You're on the nice list. You're allowed.
Oh, thank God. First time for everything. But that's attainable. I think my wife, who's watching the show, maybe the ears of the door right now. I don't know. But that's where I would go. Headman, because that was just so weird with the little.
He was so good.
Yeah.
Hat and the pinstripe and the drugs. I mean, but I just love that Joe and Cobra came together to tool this guy up, and what a unique squad. I never have.
I'm gonna say the Defiant.
Ooh,
Okay.
my word.
Because it's arguably more plastic than the flag, which is crazy to think about. It was an epic toy. The kid down the block had it, and I remember being like in awe of it because it was like as big as us. And it's just the mechanism alone, it would like rear up, it would open up, you can go into the spaceship itself. It's a playset and a vehicle at the same time. I don't want to be greedy too, Tony. And I want.
Well, now I want a Defiant.
You want a Defiant? Well, hey,
now I want.
I'll get you.
You get a
I'll
Defiant.
get
And you get a
Headman,
Defiant.
and you get me a
And you get a
Defiant.
Defiant.
Stick under your chair, Lenny.
Some lunatics to go with that Defiant.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that's what I want. See,
what if I flip it back on you, fellas?
Yeah. What do you guys?
Eric and Dave, if I may be so bold.
I mean, I have removed myself from like retro buying at this point. There's just too much like new stuff out here that's amazing.
Smart.
That you haven't stolen from Dave. Got it.
That I have not stolen from Dave.
Or gifted.
For me, it would be between two things, and I kind of tipped my hand already by saying that Ninja Force Snake Eyes is like my Snake Eyes. Like I would love. I know it is just a matter of time. Like you guys said, anything is possible. But it would either be that, or it would be honestly the Thunder Machine. You know, the core Dreadnoks team is so close to being completed. You know, at least like the main members, right? Not the extended Dreadnoks family, but yeah, the Thunder Machines, that one piece that even though I said I'm not going to buy any more larger vehicles because I am out of space, that would be the one where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get that. So
Eric,
yeah,
I thought you were gonna once again ask for the apron and the chef's hat, but
these guys know that already. I don't want to get beat up online.
Speaking of the Dreadnought team, we need a Dreadhead Cletus, right? In the line, like just need to make Cletus.
Yes,
I just like to watch Lenny laugh every time I bring it up. Like it's a joke.
Cletus.
Every time he's like, "We need a
Agent
Dreadnought."
Faces.
I'm like, Cletus.
We need to make.
No, never. No,
it's not a Dreadnought, but we gotta make Agent Faces.
we tell our design director it's never happening, so it's just funny. No Agent Faces. I get Cletus before we get Agent Faces.
But yes, to Dave's point, Chef Roadblock, who's now recently featured on the cover of a new GI Joe comic on top of his food truck.
I love
would
that.
Absolutely love Chef Roadblock.
I like that Roadblock's coming in hot.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
Can we get like while we're talking about that, like huge shout out to Robert Kirkman and Josh Williamson
amazing work.
Oh my god,
Tom Riley and everybody else that's working on all those books. Ben Abernathy, just like awesome partners, super fun to work with. They're all passionate. I think sometimes they know more about our brand than we do, and they go hard, they go deep, and like every time, like typically Lenny gets to do a little sit down with Josh for Yojo June, and just like there's an hour and a half of conversation that nobody ever gets to see, and it's just the three of us like nerding out about this is what we're doing for the next 2 years, and you're like, this is great. So like huge thanks to those guys and the partnership and just everything across Energon Universe, and like Cobra Law being part of Void Rivals now, and just like they're really architect something exciting for this brand and all of these brands and Hasbro in general. So I think that's the best Christmas gift to me, is that I just have this stack of comics that I'm still super behind on, even though I'm reading future scripts, and just like great team and partners to work with. So yeah, Chef Roadblock was super excited when we saw that piece of artwork come over internally.
Sure.
Dave, what about you? What's your thing for
so
Under the Tree?
Like all my favorite characters have been made pretty much already, like that I played with a lot when I was a kid, like up to and including like Breaker was my first GI Joe thing. I'll never forget, because I always used to think he looked like my dad. Breaker looks
Pretty
like
accurate.
dad with a beard. Yeah.
That's true.
So like for me, what's left are the oddballs. So like Fridge, the Triple T, like dress uniform Gung Ho.
Oh yeah,
that's a great one.
Yeah.
Like
that's a great figure.
Those were the figures where I was like, the weird like mail away ones where I was
Mhm.
like I had them, my friends didn't, so I thought that was like cool. It made me cool.
Mhm.
It did.
Now, but like yeah,
It still makes you cool.
They still are
Don't worry
cool.
about yeah.
Yeah.
because I think it wasn't dress uniform gung ho a mail away.
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he was.
So
For the
and
longest time, that was the only gung ho that I played with. I didn't when
That
I
was the
first
only
saw
one I had.
him with the vest.
You
and the
didn't
chest, I
know
was
he
like,
was a
"Huh."
shirtless man with
No, I knew he
No.
was a shirtless
the
man. I
bayou.
just
with a
didn't.
baby blue outfit on.
Yeah,
didn't.
no, with the vest, like
Okay.
I 100% knew that's what he was, but like I had the cool one.
Yeah, yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah. Well, they're both the
So-
cool one,
Mhm.
but we all know the cooler one, the shirtless one.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Well, that one's
Cooler
ready to go.
temperature.
The dress uniform would always be like my diplomatic guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
See, I had the black bandana,
that
green
one's
tiger
awesome,
stripe
too.
vest one. That's the one I had.
Okay.
Did he come with an American
came in
flag?
late.
That one?
He did.
Yeah.
That one.
He's awesome.
I loved him. He was great.
Yeah.
Well, the last thing that that we're gonna ask you guys before we let you off the hook here, and give you guys one more chance to plug the Arctic H.I.S.S. We kind of have a tradition when we have you guys on that either Lenny mistakenly reveals Road Pig as a figure that's coming,
Oops.
or you have
Oops.
or you have some sort of name only reveal. So I just wanted to see if by any chance if you guys had a little gift to put under the tree to close us out here.
So it's the holiday season, and you seem to have a lot of love for Ninja Force. So why don't we just like say there's more Ninja Force coming than just Zartan in 2026? And I'll drop a little bit of a weirdly known name, and I won't give anything else away to it. But let's just say Shebang is going to make an appearance in 2026. Because all
Ooh.
good ninjas come from East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Go look
It's
up the
true.
bio. It makes me laugh every time I read it. I'm just like, it's the next town over from where I live, and it's where all like the rich or upper class of Rhode Island kind of settled. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And-
think I
and
could
ninjas.
ever see a ninja.
And ninjas.
They're
Oh, no,
clearly
ninjas.
ninjas.
Oh, no, no.
They live next door to Agent Faces. Clearly,
Tiger
so.
themed ninjas.
They can they can afford that ninja training there.
Yeah.
That's what it
True.
is.
That's
Right.
how he was financed.
Studying abroad.
Yes.
Well,
Sweet.
awesome guys. Thank you so much for for spending the time with us for making the holiday special here at Adventures in Collecting. Before we sign off and let you guys go, remind our listeners, our followers, one, where can they get their Arctic H.I.S.S, and where can they stay up to date on all things GI Joe classified?
Yeah, perfect. HasbroPulse.com, open pre-order for your Arctic H.I.S.S. Again, remembering that if you pre-order it now, you're not paying for it until it ships later next year. So you have to pre-budget that next year money. You don't have to fret about this year's Christmas, but make sure you get in, secure that pre-order, get it in now, so we make sure we make enough for everybody that wants to get them. Super excited again. HasbroPulse.com. For everybody else that's listening around the world, I know that APAC is getting up and running right now, so there's a few retailers there. Iron Studios is our partner down in Brazil that's pre-ordering it for us. And then I think there might be a couple other things outside of Pulse in Europe possibly that are doing it. I'm still getting all of the information, but get those orders in so we can make sure we get those quantities. You have until the new year. I think it's the Friday the 4th, once the year starts, is when the backer window ends for that. In terms of news, at GI Joe on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, although X, I guess it is, and I'm not sure how active we are on there. But you can also follow all of us on social media. So mine's at BMacatron84 on Instagram.
Weather Dominator.
At the Great Tonino. I think
And
I got that one right that time.
We'll make
I think you
sure
got it
that we
right.
put all the links
the
to
tags.
things, all the tags in the bottom, so you guys can just click and follow. But yeah, definitely make sure you follow these guys if you're not doing it already. Once the reveals kind of come out, there's always some cool behind the scenes, some art and renders, and how all of the sausage is made. Gets shown off on Instagram, and it's amazing. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful holiday. And I guess what better way to sign us off than with
Only
should
one
we
way.
do a Yo Joe
Only
or
one
Cobra?
way.
Ooh.
Well, I guess there's two ways, but we have to pick which one.
I know which way I lean, but you know that's just
let's do a
because
Cobra.
I'm a sleeper
Let's do
agent.
Oh, I like that.
We're trying to get a
Broaden our
an Arctic
horizons.
H.I.S.S here.
Is that because
We're trying to
Cobra
get an
Claws
Arctic
is
H.I.S.S
coming to
sold. So
town?
let's do it.
Is that why we're gonna Cobra because it's holiday season?
Oh yeah, Cobra Claws. That's right. Yeah, that's
Mm.
it. So let's do Cobra on three. On three, a Cobra. Okay, it's pretty late at night, but like
Yeah.
let's do
Oh,
a
that's right.
subdued
People are
Cobra.
sleeping in our houses, so we
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Cobra!